Born 1955, Charlotte, North Carolina, Dr. Stephen Greer started his career as a physician who is now retired and has since become one of the most known ufologists in the world. Dr. Greer founded the Center for Extraterrestrial Intelligence in 1990, who defined the CE5 Protocol, which aims to establish human-initiated contact with alien craft. The principles of which the SEPI Agency wanted to test for themselves. So we decided to start here. Hadleigh Castle, situated in Essex, England, began around 1215 by Hubert de Burgh and then extensively fortified by Edward III during the 100 Years' War, becoming a favourite residence of the aging king. The Barbican and two stunning drum towers, one of which was later utilised by Georgian revenue men seeking smugglers, were part of Edward's extensive building efforts in the 1360s. Today, the romantic ruins of this royal castle look out over the Essex marshes and is our ideal location to make contact.
Ever since I've been a kid, I've just been fascinated on this topic, and I don't know why, and I'm just really keen to sort of research it rather than just look at documentaries and stuff like that. I want to see something for myself, for real. So I want to do a bit of analysis with you guys. So
What are
I'm
you
really
hoping
excited
for tonight?
I hope we do see some anomaly out there, and we can capture it, and it's just one of those things. I think if you do see it, it's going to send you down the rabbit hole. I do, and I don't want to see it, so it's going to be quite interesting, quite exciting. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let's begin. So after a quick safety briefing by SEPI officers, the group are led into a breathing exercise guided by Wim Hof to help prepare the group for meditation.
Round number 1. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
Followed by the next step of broadcasting the crop circle tones. And then meditation and coherent thought sequencing, which is very hard to do with a wind chill factor of just 9 degrees Celsius.
And then behold that consciousness whereby you are hearing my voice and perceiving yourself is a singularity. It is one. And that everyone on earth and every being in the cosmos that is conscious and awake is awake by the same single light of pure consciousness.
The intention is set. We are sending out thoughts into the universe, inviting our ET friends to visit us this very evening. Big change begin as little thoughts. We are now ready to initiate contact. We have prepared ourselves as much as possible. Will we make contact, or is this just the beginning? And now the temperature has dropped to 7 degrees Celsius, so this is going to be a challenge. Baselining is very important to any investigation, so here we decided to capture an aeroplane that at first headed towards us before heading west. Note the characteristic signs such as flashing beacon lights and speed. And here are several more to demonstrate the challenges we have when attempting to identify an ET visitor with light rain, flying bugs and a very busy air traffic lane. Again, note the airspeed of the planes and the distinctive beacon lights. To familiarise ourselves with the sky and to baseline the behaviour of stars, here looking south we can see a faint glimmer of 6 stars which form part of the Pisces constellation. They flicker steadily and do not move. Here is an overlay looking south at the exact date and time for comparison. We can see the 6 points as displayed here again, looking south, and here is a constellation overlay. Here is Jupiter, the brightest object in the night sky, which despite its brightness does not flicker like stars. We also noted Saturn's position in the sky. And this is the viewpoint position from which we observed, which provided an excellent 360-degree viewing platform. It allowed us to observe the night sky from all points. Despite being surrounded by busy air traffic, there are a couple of things that stood out to the group. This object moved very slowly, and it was noted that the pulses matched those playing from our crop circle tones at the time. There also appeared to be a second object, highlighted here. These objects were seen facing east from our location, and the first object continues to move very slowly in a northerly direction. We also see 2 stars in the far distance. However, consulting our star map overlay, we don't seem to appear to identify them. As it sits directly over Southend-on-Sea, a very busy seaside town, it is possible that this is the NPAS police helicopter. However, using flight data from the ADSB exchange, we have checked the exact time and date, and there were no records of any helicopters being in the area at all. Here is our original object, as well as the 2 stars mentioned previously, but now with no air traffic in the area, we see 2 more objects moving south to north in tandem, highlighted here. With helicopters ruled out, and only 1 commercial airplane moving east to west, what are these? Note their steady, close movement, and remembering that there is nothing recorded in this airspace at this time. And here is a zoomed in view of the 2 objects. At this point in time, they remain as unidentified. Looking east-southeast, we now see this object, which appears to be a commercial airliner, although there is no known traffic in that airspace. The red circle represents our current location, the arrow indicates the direction we were facing, and the green highlighted region represents the area of interest. Note the 1 plane shown is travelling east to west, and does not enter our field of view. Note the date and time of the ADSB data. At 22:42, we have a flurry of activity. Note this fast moving object, which makes a sharp 90-degree turn. The faint glimmer of another object is captured here too. As well as a third entering the screen, travelling south to north. Let's take another look at that. And again slower. Several other anomalies were recorded during the evening. A number of people, including one SEPI officer, witnessed what appeared to be a quick flash of light which did not move. It was reported as looking like a camera flash in the sky. From our vantage point, it was seen looking west. Another odd light was seen much later into the evening, and again witnessed by several people, including a SEPI officer. This was a green streak of light seen facing southwest. SEPI officers noted a few strange issues with their equipment during the evening. This laser temperature sensor is simple to turn on by pulling the trigger or by pressing the little on-off button on the front. However, during the investigation, the sensor refused to turn off, even though it is designed to shut off automatically after 1 minute of inactivity. Similar to the earlier device, our electromagnetic field reader also had an on-off button on top, but it too refused to turn off. Unlike the temperature device, this one does not seem to automatically shut off after any set time. Though I was unable to provide an explanation, I did test the devices a few days later. I put them outside in 9 degrees Celsius for 2 hours to see whether they would respond differently. They both switched on and off without any problems. What then did we draw from the investigation? First of all, conducting a CE5 event in an area with heavy air traffic is extremely challenging. Since then, SEPI has confirmed that despite the excellent quality of the ADS-B flight data, not all aircraft have their transponders turned on, with military aircraft taking greater advantage of this. Nevertheless, this does not account for a fast-moving object. Furthermore, we felt that since other groups had great results during the day, there was no need to conduct a CE5 event, especially at night. And given the awful British weather, we most certainly won't be holding another one until spring. Despite the fact that the green streak of light and the flashpoint in the sky was seen by numerous people, sadly, nothing that may have helped explain them were captured on camera. In the end, however, this investigation was complete, and everyone that attended had an enjoyable time at our first CE5 contact event. We'd like to thank everyone who came, and we hope to see you all again at the next CE5 contact event in the spring. And on behalf of the SEPI Agency, we'd like to thank you for watching and remind you that although it may be impossible for individuals like us to travel to the stars, it is still attainable to experience this amazing and immense universe. Be open to the heavens. The truth is finally here.